Yes, that's exactly right. So we're inside the B concourse where the first thing you're going to notice the historic city market of Kansas City. If you have driven around the river market, if you've been to the river market at least once, you recognize this sign, and you're probably going to recognize some of these restaurants you see here. They are the classics that we know and love from the river market and city market. Pigwitch, Bowling's, Taste of Brazil. The airport really wanted to do their part to make this new terminal a taste of Kansas City, from bringing local favorite restaurants to local favorite items to sell, whether you're looking for your go-to snack before your flight, like Guy's Chips, or maybe you want to bring a taste of Kansas City with you, your favorite barbecue sauce from almost every single barbecue joint here in Kansas City you can find here. Now again, this is Concourse B. If you take those moving walkways all the way down, that's going to bring you to Concourse A. You see those flashing lights in the distance. We're going to take you there coming up in just a few minutes. Chris, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, Jamie, thanks. We have All right, let's go back to KMBC Tonight's Jamie Weiss. And the one thing that you can't help but notice is all of the wonderful art just as soon as you walk into the new terminal.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Chris. I mean, we're standing in front of one of the most iconic pieces, really a fountain that draws you in to show Kansas City. And so we had the opportunity leading up to the opening of this new terminal to chat with several different artists. One of them is from Lawrence, Kansas, and her piece of artwork is just a labor of love. Take a look.
As the wax heats up, I take the string and I secure it to the wax.
Bead by bead.
You don't want to oversaturate the piece with, one particular type of bead. And so
Mona Cliff, a traditional Native American bead artist, is making her masterpiece, which will hang on the walls inside the new KCI terminal.
Seed beads are such a prominent part of our cultural identity, and I just wanted to make sure that I was also using those and utilizing those in a way that even if you're not familiar with our culture, you may appreciate it.
The seeds sewing an image of a Kansas sunset.
Gorgeous, rich tones.
Which Cliff has learned to love after moving to Lawrence as a teen.
I myself had come to Kansas from the Kansas City airport, so I feel like it's such an interesting experience. 17 years later, I'm having my art at the airport now.
Well, each piece of art in the new terminal will showcase different perspectives of Kansas City and the surrounding communities.
I just really appreciate that they really wanted to have a breadth of, a diversity for who they're representing, to show everybody who comes to visit the area.
Cliff hopes that hers will remind travelers to think of their past as they move towards the future.
Through tradition and culture and my heritage, that I'll be able to share a part of our Native community with travelers.
Well, labor of love. No one knows that phrase better than the Deputy Director of Aviation for Kansas City, Justin Meyer. It is opening day, about 2 hours until every flight has taken off, landed. I mean, what is going through your head today?
Tired. We're all just so tired. I think most of the team from the airline side, the airport side, we've been awake for probably 22 of the last 24 hours, and everybody's ready to go to bed.
I can only imagine. I mean, you've been working so hard for this moment for years. It's finally here. How did everything go?
It went well. It was a successful day. I think there's certainly things that we had eyes on, signage, some minor mechanical issues, but all in all, planes took off mostly on time. Passengers seemed delighted with the facility, and that's a win for us.
And we've been talking about the fact that this is such an exciting time for Kansas City. We've got the Big 12 tournament coming up. What is next as we look ahead to tomorrow and the next day and the next few weeks?
Well, Tuesdays are typically a really slow travel period, so we were very intentional about picking today as opening day. So just as we roll into Wednesday, Thursday, traffic will start to build up. Airlines will fly fuller schedules, and we'll see what happens.
And as you can finally kind of come down from this high of finally opening, what do you think is going to be the first thing you really kind of reflect on through this whole experience?
I'm just so proud of the work of so many people on the front lines and behind the scenes to get us to this point, to open this facility on time, on budget. It's incredible.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Justin. And, we've got so much more exciting content for you coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to show you more about this airport and what makes it so exciting in this new terminal. Chris, I'm going to send it back to you. Welcome back to Cleared for Takeoff, the new KCI. You were taking a look at video from the first flight out of the new terminal this morning. Southwest Airlines Flight 904, bound for Chicago. It left the runway before the sun was even up. And now we're taking a look at the unique plane that was Southwest Missouri 1. It was wrapped in the state's flag. And I was actually on the first flight into the new terminal. It came back from Chicago, an overnight layover. There was a big group of people on this flight. It was dubbed the last one out, first one in. Take a look.
Pulling up to Terminal B, it's a ghost town.
Thank you.
On the terminal's final night, as some stop to take photos of what was, a mother-daughter duo is ready for what will be.
What better opportunity to do something silly with my mom than
That's right.
this and be part of history.
History framed with custom clothes, cookies, and Cokes. No better way to say bon voyage than with this celebration.
Congratulations on being part of this history, so thank y'all. Enjoy the ride.
Touching down in Chi-Town, it's a commemorative photo before travelers go their separate ways. Some head into the city for the 6-hour layover, while the mother-daughter duo wait and wait and wait until finally,
This is Kansas City. It is a celebration, so please celebrate.
Good morning. Welcome aboard. Have a great flight.
And as we taxied up to the brand new terminal, it was just surreal and exciting all across the plane. But as Bev and Liz say, it's out with the old and in with the new.
It's surreal. It's like we left as we knew it and arrive in this
I feel like
beautiful
I'm in another city.
Yeah.
Like, where am
Like,
I?
is this our city?
Well, work will
Experience. I don't
start,
think I've ever experienced anything like that, Chris.
It sounded like an awful lot of fun, but an awfully late night, that is for sure.
You know
All right,
what?
Jamie,
Worth
thanks.
it. To say we've been there, done that, so worth it, Chris. Definitely excited to check that out. Well, we have made our way down to baggage claim. This is where every traveler will end their journey, whether they're coming home or heading out to explore the metro. Coming up in just a bit, we're going to explore more of what the new KCI terminal has to offer.
You know, my colleague Jamie has been running on adrenaline, and I guess it makes sense that you were down in baggage claim as you were wrapping it up for the day.
That is exactly right, Brian, because baggage claim is where every traveler is going to wrap up their visit to Kansas City. And I'm joined by two travelers who, just by happenstance, are here on the first day the terminal opens. You guys were telling me you booked your trip to Arizona 3 months ago, had no idea you'd be flying back today. What's it been like?
It's been amazing. You know, there's a lot of great artwork, great looking shops, great places to buy Chiefs gear. And other than that, I mean, it's just, I haven't seen too much of it, but I'm excited to walk around and see a lot more.
And you said growing up here, it's almost a little bit bittersweet that you didn't fly back into the old terminal. You got the chance to fly out. What was it like today flying into the new terminal?
It was really cool just to see the different areas that they've created, because usually it was just like one big area essentially. So it was really cool to see how they utilize the space with a lot of artwork. So.
And you mentioned something really important, the terrazzo floor. There's a little bit of it scattered throughout the terminal. I know when you first walk in, you first get off the plane, you're almost overwhelmed by everything. You don't get a chance to look down and see everything. But now that you've kind of had a few minutes to like settle, we're waiting for your bags. What's going through your head as you're sort of looking around, processing the fact that this is your new home airport?
It's just so much bigger. I mean, it's not just in and out anymore. There's actually some stuff to do and look around, and it's kind of like an attraction within itself.
I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty like bare up there, so we got to run around kind of like little kids, and we kind of just got to explore. So it was really cool to look at what's new, and it's exciting because we want to take more trips in the future. We can't wait to come back here.
And my last question for you guys, I think one thing that is said all the time about the old terminal is the fact that you can just pull up, show up, because there's nothing to do. So in the future, when you book your next flight, are you coming to the airport early, or are you taking the time to explore what's here? What's the game plan for your future trips?
Yeah, we were just thinking about that. I think we're going to add on another 30 or 45 minutes to the trip to the airport, just to make sure everything goes smoothly and just have the chance to explore some stuff and try some of the new looking restaurants.
Yeah, it's just like when you would fly or go into the other one, it was really barren. It's like everything was closed. So now it's exciting because you can pull up and get to see everything that's new and take more time to explore. Like, it'll keep you from being bored, for sure.
That is key. Well, thank you guys so much. Good luck collecting your baggage. It was so nice to meet you guys. And we just want to take a minute to show you what we are experiencing here in baggage claim. So when you walk down the escalators or if you take an elevator, you're going to be greeted by a sign letting you know, depending on your airline, you're on the left, your other airline's on the right. You see quite a few airlines have just landed, and now we've got quite a few folks waiting for their baggage. But here's the thing. Compared to the previous terminals, everything is centralized here. It doesn't matter if you're flying from New York, say your friend's flying from Chicago. If you're both landing around the same time, you guys can link up right here in baggage claim. It's all about making it much easier and more streamlined for people to get out. And by the way, even if you didn't check a bag, you just gotta go, here's the good news. You get to land, walk out the door, and they have signs outside letting you know Uber, hotel shuttle, whatever you need. We're gonna go ahead and send it back to you, Chris.